Hey there, how you doing? Charlie Winters here with selections for Friday, the 23rd of September. Well, a change in fortunes. Well, I sincerely hope, the comments have been very quiet, but I sincerely hope that you were able to get on at least two of the selections for today. For Thursday, which technically is today currently as I'm doing this video. Depending when you put your bet on, you could have either had a 4-1 winner in Arnold or I believe it even took 7-1, but I believe I tipped it at 11-2 the night before. And then we had a placed horse, can't remember its name offhand, but it swerved violently right, leaving the stalls. But it still did really well without the jockey even reverting to the whip to stay on for third place. You really need to look at that race to see how it was never going to win, in my opinion. But when it veered right, I thought, oh, here we go. But then it sent quite confident towards the back. He kept flicking the reins and it ran on and it just rode it out to the line. Don't get me wrong, it did ride it out to the line, but never resorted to the whip. So I was quite happy with that. So it does look like there is improvement from the horse. I'll be keeping an eye on it. Definitely, maybe it might sneak a win towards the back end of this year, but certainly capable next year. And then finally, Golden Apollo. Wow. I didn't actually see this race live. I saw it afterwards. And I watched the race. Then I clicked on Sporting Live Fast Results. I thought, I'll quick look at price. I thought 18-1. I thought, no way. I tell you what, if I'd have seen that drift beforehand, before the race, I'd have thought that's got absolutely no chance. Well, apart from it was like messing around in front slightly or tying up. I don't think it was tying up. I think it was just looking round. I thought 18-1. I thought there's no way I'd have fancied that 2 minutes before the race because I would have expected to be backed in. But yeah, so depending when you put your bet on, you could have returned for a £4 stake anywhere from £50 to £80 on Thursday, which is currently today. So what I'm going to do, fingers crossed today, I'm not chasing anything, but I have actually doubled the stake, but it's still only £8. So what I've done another 50p each way Trixie, but I've also had a £2 each way treble. So let's get into it. So the first selection in the 50p each way Trixie is Zambak at 3-1 in the 150 at Newmarket. So this is the first three only, but I know it's not really an each way price, but I do think it's got a decent chance at winning. It's the best horse in the race. Yes, it's got to beat Crystal Caprice. However, I do believe it was disappointing last time, but it has been running in red hot company. Roger Varian, as you'll be aware, last weekend, was it a 7-timer? 34,000 to 1 7-timer? Well, I do believe this is the best horse in the race, and I do think it can win the race. It's as simple as that. It flopped a little bit last time, but it came second in the 22-runner field the time before. I do believe it can win the race, basically, tomorrow at Newmarket. The second selection is Flamborough at 12-1 in the 240 at Haydog, paying 4 places instead of 3. Well, I think this is a massive dark horse. This horse, at the back end of last year, excuse me, was beaten 2.5, 2.25, 2 3/4 lengths. I can't remember what it was at the time, but around about 2 lengths by Emily Upjohn. Yep, cracking horse by John and is it Thady Gosden? It was also beaten 10 lengths in a red hot Nottingham maiden. It was won by the one and only the Derby winner, Desert Crown. Yeah. Well, this horse, it's been a very quiet campaign since. I don't know if there's been something not quite right with it, but also I personally think the Mark Johnson's table has been a bit rocky. It's been a bit in and out this year, but it really seems to be hitting a purple patch at the moment. Well, 12-1, it was quite on its debut. It ran much better last time, and a huge increase in performance. Well, same again, and I can see this horse being, I'm honestly going to say this, being very hard to beat. Bearing in mind, it's one of the outsiders in the race. Well, it's about mid-division in the prices. But I think this could be hard to beat. Granted, equal improvement than its last run. Sorry, from its second to last run, which was its reappearance, from its next run, which was its last run. If it can equal, do you know what I mean? If it can continue the progression, that's the kind of words I'm looking for. I think it's got a cracking chance of winning the race. I'll be honest. So anyway, the third selection is Gadbarn at 14 to 1 in the 425 at Haydock, paying 5 places instead of 4. Well, this is Mark Walford's horse, and he's had it about a year now. Well, it's off the same handicap mark as which he inherited this horse. Well, it won at Doncaster for him, and it's had a recent wind operation. Well, it ran a cracker at York over 2 mile, pressing the leaders, been a little bit outpaced, then staying on again. Well, this is 2 furlongs shorter, so it's definitely going to be up with the pace again. It's got Dougie Costello on board. Yeah, he has ridden winners for him, but if I'm being honest, I'm not really a fan. I just don't seem to pick him at the right time. But I do really fancy the horse. Because if there'd been something wrong with it, I think he'd have done the wind operation, yeah, tucked it away for next season. But clearly, I think Mark Wolford's thinking there's still a prize in this horse. So I'm going to go for this horse. I do really like the club. It's not just another one just so I'm not offering 2. I do really like all 3 horses. That's why I've doubled up on the each way double on the each way treble. Sorry. So just confirm what I've had. I've had a 50p each way Trixie, but I've also had a £2 each way treble, as you can see there. So in total, it's £8. So anyway, the very best of luck. If you can give me a like and a subscribe, that'd be great. So the very best of luck. Charlie Winters, over and out. Cheers, mate.